Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I am glad to announce to everybody that this is the final episode of The Productive Mind. And why am I here alone? Why don't I have a guest? Yes, because everybody has been telling me, you tell us, what is your productivity strategy? How do you do the things that you do? And for me, I felt like, what do I have to tell you guys? But I hope that you will learn from my own little productivity strategy, or how I keep my mind um, productive. So today I am your host, and I am still the guest. I hope that you're going to really learn. So, like everyone else, I've always asked, tell us about yourself. You all know me. I am Linus Baka Joshua, and I am a PhD candidate. Um, I'm a management consultant. And what else? I think pretty it. Don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me in the comment section. But I think that's just me. So, what does productivity means to me? That will be the first question. Productivity to me is making the best use of your time, making the best use of your opportunity, and making the best use of the resources you have at hand. So, the reason why I'm defining it this way is because a lot of people don't know how to deal with their time. A lot of people don't know how to deal with their opportunities, and a lot of people don't know how to make use of the resources they have at hand. Three of these things together makes you a productive person. If you take advantage of your time, you take advantage of your opportunities, and you take advantage of the resources at your disposal for a positive impact, then for me that is productivity. Because personally, I have experience in different spheres of life. I have experience in the academia, I have experience in the humanitarian sector, I have experience in the religious sector. So, with all these things coming from me, I just realized that productivity is simply put taking opportunity of your time, of your resources, and of the opportunities that comes to you. So, what is a productive mind? A productive mind is that mind that always strives to make impact, always strive to make impact. And this is why I'll be sharing a lot of stories in this episode. Striving to make impact for me keeps my mind productive, right? And the reason why I'm defining a productive mind as striving to make impact is that a lot of times, a lot of people do not understand that if you don't first have it in your mind, chances are that you cannot bring it to pass. You cannot make it evident to your world or to your mind. So for me, I wake up every morning, most mornings, to be honest, and I say to myself, okay, how do I want to make a positive impact? And now think, okay, what do I have at my hands? I have the time. I have my dissertation to write, or a review to do. What are the opportunities that I have today? Oh, it's a sunny day. I have an opportunity to go somewhere. And then, so making that coming of all these things will just keep my mind okay. Am I productive today? The question is, have I impacted myself positively? Have I done something that would add value to myself? So for me, that is how I view a productive mind. What are my daily habits to keep my mind productive? Personally, I am not someone that would easily get burned out, but if I do, trust me, it's very bad. So, how do I keep my mind productive? I keep the goal right in front of me. When I mean I keep the goal right in front of me, I keep what I want to achieve in front of me. Let's say the long term goal or the short term goal. My aim is to look at the goal. And looking at the goal for me is like right now, I aim to finish my education. So that is my goal. So when I wake up every morning, of course, there are lazy days, but when I wake up every morning, is okay. What do I need to work on my dissertation? What do I have to do this? How do I have to do this? How do I have to achieve this? So the goal is finishing. So whatever I need to do to finish, I do it to finish. So keeping the goal keeps my mind working, keeps me alert, keeps me okay, today, what am I doing? What are we doing? And of course, what is what is my biggest barrier to productivity? Personally, my biggest barrier to productivity is getting too comfortable. Me personally, when I get too comfortable, trust me, I don't get to be productive. And the reason is simple. There is a task, and then you're telling me, oh, there is time, there is time, there is time. And I know that I need to do this thing or I need to achieve this task, and you're making me comfortable with the fact that, oh, you still have time. Trust me, it's a big barrier to me. When there is something to do, no matter if it is like in a month or in 2 months, I love to do it now, so that before we get to the deadline, you know i am I am done or almost done, so that it will give me enough time to check the work. Or even if it is a day, you tell me, oh, by afternoon, this thing needs to be done. And don't tell me, oh, you can take your time. No, don't make me feel comfortable. And I'm not saying it like, okay, I love working under pressure. Maybe you could say that, but I don't want to get comfortable. It's a big barrier to me. It's a really, really big barrier to my personal productivity. And I have learned that. I am a student of my experience. So I have understood all of these about how I become productive. My next question is, how do I balance productivity, rest, and relaxation? Um, a lot of people that know me closely know that I love chilling, I love relaxing, right? So if there is a task, I make sure that is done and dusted, so that if I am done with the task, the next thing is to relax or is to rest. And what I do personally in balancing things is, I know when there is time for everything. Scriptures tells us there is time for everything. So if it's time to work, I work. If it is time to rest, oh, trust me, I rest very well. If it's the time to relax, I relax very well. And for me, what does relaxation means? I relax by talking to people, to friends, talking to people, and we get to catch up and all of that. That is relaxing for me. I love football, so I watch and I play football, as those of you who are here know already. The deadliest striker around the world. I am a dying breed of strikers, and age is not on my side. So I don't know how we're going to do about this. I know a lot of you will come for me in the comment section, but it's all right. You're welcome. So, but for me, sports is a sure way that I relax. And mostly in summer, even if it is not summer, if it is in winter, I mean, once a week, indoors futsal, I do it. And it is really, really relaxing to me, right? So taking the pressure of, oh, I need to do this, oh, I have to do this. No, I just do it once and for all, and I'm okay. So that's how I balance it with time for everything. And I don't usually allow things to reach deadline before I start working on it. But if I do, trust me, it still doesn't make any difference for me when it comes to productivity. So, what is my strategy to avoid burnout? I don't get to the point of burnout. Okay, I'm speaking in the context of me as a PhD candidate at the moment, right now. If I am not getting the information I want, or I'm not getting the things that I'm doing, what I do is I just drop it, forget about it for a few hours, sometimes even a few days, do something else, and then come back to it. Because once I burn out, trust me, it is always not nice, because um, I wouldn't love what I'm doing again. I wouldn't be minding what I do as much. And again, it has a lot to do with mental health, right? In as much as I have a perspective to mental health, but and that's not what we're discussing. But for me, I avoid getting burnout. So as much as I can, I try to focus on the task. When I'm not getting what I'm supposed to do, I leave it. I just leave it and I focus on something else, or I do something else just to, relax my mind, take my mind off the thinking of what I am doing in context. So, yeah. The next question is who and what has influenced my productivity? First of all, um, I will say my dad. I remember my dad left me with this powerful, permit me to use the word, maybe sounds religious, but it's fine. Leaves me with this powerful quote that add value to yourself whenever, however, and wherever. So this quote, maybe some of you have seen it somewhere because I love it so much. It has shaped my mind, how I think, how I do the things that I do. That wherever I am I adding a value? However I can, am I adding a value? So wherever, however, and whenever am I adding value? So this is my biggest, biggest influence to when it comes to productivity. That the goal is to add value, because people will not remember sometimes how you look like, but people will never forget the value that you brought to them. People would never forget the impact that you bring to them, positively, even negatively. Yeah, it happens. My dad actually influenced my, product. And secondly, just as I've said earlier on, I think that is what has also influenced my productivity. That the goal would always influence my productivity. That okay, what is the end point of this thing I am doing? Is it a positive impact? Does it bring positive impact? If yes, fantastic. I will keep it. And it will really influence how and my attitude towards achieving the goal. So it really, really influences my productivity. And obviously, the why, you know it already. So, how do I set my goals and how do I achieve them? Personally, um, I love realistically, I love short term goals more than long term goals, because short term goals, they say you can only see what is in front of you, right? And it's not like I don't have long term goals. Of course, I do. However, I prefer short term goals. So, how do I achieve them? The SMART rule: a specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or reliable, then time bound goal. This is what I do. That is my biggest um, uh, strategy of setting and achieving my goals. I make them, smart goals. That is what it is for me. Like, if it is not that formula, I don't think it works for me. But personally, I make sure that my goal is specific, is measurable, is attainable, is reliable, and it is time bound. So that is my how I set my goals and how I achieve them. Has technology impacted my productivity? Obviously, yes. This is the 21st century. This is 2024. Technology has its negative sides, of course, but the discipline you have towards technology would either make you highly productive or not. So, me personally, technology has really, really helped me. Um, I remember that there are times that I will be on like a 12-hour journey, and then I need to write something, or I'm writing something, and I have either my laptop or my iPad or something like that, and then I work on it. So there is no limit to what you can achieve with technology. So for me, technology has really, really helped and is helping. Now we are going into the era of artificial intelligence. That is another topic, but technology, fantastic. That's helped me a lot, a lot. I think without technology, would I have achieved so much? Maybe no, but would I have achieved? Yes, I would have, but not at the rate. And so with technology helps you scrap loss of time. So for me, that has helped me so much, and it is still helping me. All right. The next one would be, what is my biggest productivity strategy? My biggest productivity strategy is that, Linus, you have to achieve this. And it is not different from all what I have said. Is the goal. Is the goal. So if the goal is honorable, if the goal is, you know, desirable, is the goal that is my biggest productivity strategy in everything that I do, even in my life. What is the goal of my life? That would keep me productive. What is the goal of me in school till now? Is the goal. What is the goal of me? I mean, doing anything. So the goal of it is my biggest productivity strategy. My biggest productivity strategy is the goal. What is the goal? What is the price? I put on all the effort I can to make sure that I attain the goal. That is my productivity strategy. What is my biggest productivity challenges? Just as I've said, getting too comfortable around tasks. Another challenge would definitely have to be not handling, my time well, because sometimes you may think you have a lot of time, and boy, oh boy, you don't have that time, and it can be frustrating, and at the same time, you're losing time, precious time, and time cannot be recovered, right? It can be redeemed, but it cannot be recovered. So for me, that is my biggest productivity challenge. Finally, what is my advice to you listening to me on productivity? First of all, you have to know that we are uniquely different. Okay? What works for me will not be what will work for you, and vice versa. But you have to know that when it comes to productivity, there are things that are non negotiable. The first thing I mentioned was your time. Your time, you can't recover your time. You may redeem it, it happens, but you have to make use of your time as much as you can. I have lost time in different areas of my life that I wish I could go back. Are they irredeemable? No. But doing the right thing at the right time is another definition of productivity to me. So the advice is simple. First, make use of your time. Time, they say, is money. Yeah. But for me, make use of your time very, very well. Very, very well. Make sure you add value to yourself. That's the second thing I will say. The third thing I will say is make sure you take advantage of every positive opportunity that you have, because trust me, opportunities may not come twice. It may not come twice. And the next advice and the final advice would be make sure you handle the resources you have at your disposal wisely, judiciously, and productively. This would be my advice for you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's just me, and I feel like I was talking too much, but I hope that this is good and this is educative from my little experience and my knowledge. I hope that my story of my productivity journey is as impactful as the rest of the episode. So this is the season finale. If you have not watched the episode, I had fantastic moment recording them. You can go back and watch all of those. Perhaps you might see someone that has similar story with you or similar productivity strategy that works for you, and you might learn from it. And from me, I say thank you everybody for still sticking around on this Productive Mind season. It was my pleasure to be your host, and watch out for the next season. It promises to be a fantastic one. Thank you everybody. See you next time. I will be back very soon with another amazing season of this podcast. See you next time. And from me, I say bye-bye. Stay healthy, stay productive, add value to yourself. Peace out.